How are we doing, guys? Rotherham 1, Leeds 2 in its player rating time. So let's get straight on with Kiko Casilla. Debut for Kiko Casilla, and he passed it with flying colours for me. I thought it was a really, really impressive debut of Kiko. Superb save in the second half, absolutely superb save. That probably the best save I've seen all season. One-handed. Will Volks from distance. Will Volks even tweeted about it after the game. How's he saved that? It was an absolutely stunning save. Make sure you YouTube it or whatever and just watch that save again. It was absolutely amazing. I don't think it quite got the credit it deserved live, but when you watch it back, it's an absolutely stunning save and a crucial point in the game at 1-1. And if that had gone in, I think it'd be a totally different game at the end of the day. But its distribution as well, its distribution was absolutely stunning as well. Off his line quickly. Every time he got the ball, he was looking to release it quickly. He knew when to go long, he knew when to go short, and I thought his judgment from that point of view was superb. And he shows so much experience throughout the game. You know, his throw-outs, pace on them, to feet, it's just one touch away. Every single throw-out, he got perfect speed on it, accuracy, absolutely everything about it. And then his kicking as well was superb, I felt. There's one particular out of his hands where he saw Alioski making a run, 40, 50 yards beyond him, straight out of his hands, kicks it long, that's to Alioski's feet. It's things like that, we've not had, this season so much of Bailey Peacock-Farrell, in terms of distribution. But that will come from Bailey Peacock-Farrell's game. But for me, Kiko Casilla at the minute, it's a stunning sign, and I think today that really shows. I'm going to go with 7 out of 10 today for Kiko. There was just one moment in that second half, or two moments, I suppose, in that second half where I thought he misjudged a couple of corners and that, like where he sort of came and probably could have just trusted his defence to clear it rather than, he was far too eager to come off his line at, 2 moments in that late on in the game, which could have cost us, but it didn't. All in all, I'd probably go out 7 out of 10 because he wasn't really tested that much. When he made a crucial save. Maybe it's a bit harsh going 7, possibly going 8, but it's a top performance I felt for Kiko Casilla and a solid debut. What sort of record we have had in the past with Leeds United goalkeepers and debuts? Rob Green comes to mind, Felix Viebold, trying to think of else, Andy Lonergan, Paul Hubka, all had absolutely nightmare debuts. That wasn't the case for Kiko today. He was absolutely solid. Right back, Luke Ayling. Now, Luke Ayling, I think, had a lot of criticism on social media and that lot, but for me, I don't think he was that bad. He was by no means anywhere near his best. I'd probably go out 6 out of 10. Just felt he was average today. Defensively, didn't think he did much wrong. There's a couple of moments in the first half where crosses were going into the box a little bit too easily, but he sort of tightened up. Got tighter to his winger in the second half and didn't really allow anything. I think he pretty much had left winger for Rotherham in his pocket, really, I felt, in that second half. But going forward, there's moments where he's a little bit frustrating, where he's giving the ball away, wasn't making the right decision. And, at the end of the day, it was frustrating. But I'd go about a 6 out of 10. I didn't think he was that bad, but he's certainly not at his best at the moment, Luke Ayling. Right-sided centre-back, Calvin Phillips. I thought Calvin was absolutely solid. And he just stuck to his job. And I thought it was just solid throughout. There's nothing more I can say about that. His passing was good. I did absolutely nothing wrong. I'd probably go 7 or 8 out of 10. I thought Calvin was nice and solid today, as per usual. We have missed Calvin massively. But I do still want to see him higher up the pitch when we get Pontus back. Definitely want to see him in that holding role to allow Adam Forshaw to push up as well. Liam Cooper I thought was absolutely superb today. Go about an 8 out of 10. I thought he battled really well against Michael Smith. I just felt he was that little bit more proactive than everyone else in terms of the back four. I don't think he was especially better than everyone else in the back four. He was just a little bit more proactive, a little bit quicker to the ball, I felt. And just felt he did really, really well against Michael Smith. He just completely, I thought he really did a superb job. And then his passing as well, his quality on the ball. Every single time in that second half especially, the ball was being launched upfield, but he's just keeping calm. He was recycling the possession all the time. The temptation would have been there to just hoof the ball out, but he was just there. He read everything really well. A couple of moments where balls were being played into the channels. COOPS was getting there first. Rather than lump it out, he was just trying to find that pass and get us back on the attack. And it's really impressive that the composure he showed. His passing was superb, I felt, throughout the day. Some lovely crossfield passes, right and left, and I just thought it was really composed. And it's been what Liam Cooper's been doing for the vast majority of the season, absolutely solid, and led by example in that back four. By far the best of the back four for me, or the back five if you want to include Kiko. I'd go an 8 out of 10 for Coops today. Johnny Alioski, for me, similar to Luke Ayling, he's done well in the first 2 games. In fact, very well in the 2 games he played. A goal and an assist, and solid defensively. But today, I felt defensively did nothing wrong. Again, I don't think any of the back four did anything wrong defensively. I just felt he made the wrong decisions going forward. You know, he just wasted a couple of opportunities out wide. You expect that element of his game. You expect him to do a little bit more going forward. But it was an alright performance, like Luke Hayden. I go about 6 out of 10, but he's capable of better, I feel, Gianni, in that left-back spot. He's certainly shown he was much better, I felt, in the first 2 games, Derby and Stoke. But he did okay, once again, I felt. Adam Forshaw, holding midfield. I mean, the first half, it was a bit of a battle, that first half. He didn't really do anything especially wrong, just never really got the tempo going. Maybe it was a couple of times we sort of sidestepped a little bit by the more attacking Rotherham players and that lot we expected to cover a little bit better. But second half, I felt him and Matthias Klick, when they're playing in 2, I thought Adam Forshaw did a lot better. I thought he started to get real control of the game. His passing was decent, never really gave the ball away once throughout. It was mostly the sort of sideways passing and that lot, but he kept the ball well, good retention, and it helped us to keep building possession and keep recycling possession and starting to dominate that midfield and that lot. So he played an important role at the end of the day. I go with 7 out of 10 for Adam Forshaw. Could possibly go a bit higher, but I'll go about 7 out of 10 because the first half I felt it wasn't quite the control we probably should have had, but second half certainly made up for it. Go good performance off Adam Forshaw today, a 7 out of 10. Right hand side, well, this one sort of changed a little bit, but who started on the right hand side was Jack Clark, and to be fair, Jack Clark just didn't happen for Jack Clark today. But at the end of the day, we can't be too reliant on Jack Clark. He's a top player, but still only 18. It has to be remembered. He's only 18. You can't expect top performances every week, but it just never really happened for him today. I thought Joe Mattock did a really good job on him. Something Phil Hayes touched on as well. That Joe Mattock really shows experience. Didn't allow him that space to attack him behind, to run him behind like he just sort of. I thought his positioning was superb against Jack Clark. He never really allowed him that run, because that's what Jack Clark likes to do. Get that little run, that little bit of space on the outside, take him on the outside, and then go back in again. And Joe Mattock just didn't allow him to do that. And superb defensive performance of him. But Jack Clark, it just never really happened for today. Even when he went onto that left hand side as well, trying to cut in, I'll probably go at a 5 out of 10. Nothing especially poor today of Jack Clark. Just never really a quite quiet game by his standards. Matthias Klick, centre midfield, 8 out of 10. I think in the first half, and certain elements of his game today, especially his passing, was nowhere near at the usual standards you expect of Matthias Klick. Gave the ball away a couple of times, but at the end of the day, he got us out of the shit today, massively. Obviously the first goal, maybe he's got a little bit lucky with, but the touch was superb in the lead up to that goal. And then the second goal was just an absolute class. It's just an absolute quality goal. It's a striker's goal that. He takes the ball, he just dummies 2 players and hates it with his weak foot. Bottom corner, absolutely superb. Last minute of the game, pressure's on, and he just finds that finish again. And he's just superb. All season, the elements of his game, he's getting goals at crucial times in football matches. At the start of games, at the end of games, equalising goals, winning goals, etc, etc. He gets some crucial goals, Matthias Klick. I say some, he gets many crucial goals for us, and I thought it was a superb performance all in all. Much better second half as well. Got that control of Adam Forshaw and played box to box devastatingly well. And there might be the temptation with that to maybe start Matthias Klick a little bit deeper against Norwich. Who knows? Let's wait and see. And if you start to find that first touch pass as well, that's what he's done all season as well. That one touch pass inside into the more advanced players and that lot. I felt he got that well. But for me, he was our star man today, Matthias Klick, alongside Liam Cooper. I just felt they were the most important players in this win today. Pablo Hernandez started in the middle, then went out wide. I say in the middle in that first half, it was absolutely superb. I felt in that first half, thought he was our best player by a mile in the first half. A little bit quieter when he went out wide, I felt. I felt obviously that did change the game to a certain extent. He played that lovely pass into Matthias Klick, but sometimes a little bit wasteful out wide. All in all, I thought it was a good performance off Pablo overall. A 7 out of 10 for me today. I thought it was a good performance of Pablo. You could argue a little bit higher, but I'll go about 7 out of 10 all in all. Left hand side, Jack Harrison, who went onto the right later on in the game in the second half. I felt this was one of Jack Harrison's best games. He wasn't especially good, but he just never stops. He never stops. Jack Harrison. He was always trying to. It might not have been his creative best in that lot, but he was always getting the ball. He was trying to do something clever, a little bit of skill to open up the space. And I thought it was just really positive performance off Jack Harrison. Lovely work for the second goal. Seeing that little pass into Matthias Klick, it's a sort of an eye of the needle kind of pass. And I felt he made things happen in that second half as well. I thought it was a lot better when he went onto that right hand side, cutting in from a creative point of view. I'd go about 7 out of 10 for Jack Harrison today. Kemal Roof. It's a tough one, Kemal Roof. it wasn't the best of performances off Kemar Roofe, but second half, I thought he started to link things up. He started to really move that defence around a little bit more, find that little bit more space. I go about a 6 out of 10. He didn't have the service at the end of the day, but I thought the effort was there in that second half. It really, really caused a couple of problems, and he was a bit unlucky with that half chance, I'd probably call it. It looked like a good chance at the time, but to be fair, it wasn't really a ball to attack. I didn't feel it was. In live it looks like a better chance. I think in the review I said it was a good chance, but he maybe could have done a little bit better with it. But it was a half chance at best, really. All in all, I thought Kemar Roofe was all right. I go about 6 out of 10. But he will. I think you will see better performance of Kemar Roofe against teams that play that high line, and he has that space to run in behind. I don't think sort of like Rotherham, Stoke. I think there are more games where I prefer to see Bamford. If I'm being honest, I do like Kemar Roofe, but I think in certain games I prefer to see Bamford. Have a little bit of touch and skill to sort of move the defence around. I think that probably does suit Bamford a bit more. I think Roofe is better in games like Derby, Norwich, when the teams play high up and he's got that pace to get in behind the back four. That's just my personal opinion there. I go about 6 out of 10. Substitutions, Jamie Shackleton, Leeds Davis came on a little bit too late to give a proper rating to. But Tyler Roberts for me, I don't know, I felt obviously that Tyler Roberts change was crucial from the point of view it moved players into the best positions. But I didn't feel Tyler Roberts was especially good today. I just felt sometimes in that second half, he was over-hitting things, making the wrong decision. I just didn't really see it off Tyler Roberts today. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh from that point of view, I don't know. Please let us know in the comments down below if you think I'm being a bit harsh, but I'll go about 5 out of 6 out of 10 for Tyler Roberts. I just didn't really see it off Tyler Roberts today. A match-changing contribution off him. A couple of people said in the comments down below they disagreed with that in the review. Fair enough. Make sure you let us know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on Tyler Roberts' performance and everyone's performance today. What your ratings were for today. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm going to stop rambling. I've been Oscar Marriott, and we'll see you later.